Hello, YouTube. Alan here, and welcome back to Stellaris. And as the title of this video is undoubtedly going to let you in on a little secret, we're starting a new series. And that's mostly because, well, there's a reason I rarely ever play on Iron Man difficulty, and that's because if something happens, well, you're kind of fucked. And something happened. I don't know what exactly happened because I'm not a computer genius, but there is no reloading the save. I've tried everything that I could possibly do, and it just isn't reloading at all, no matter what I did. So I'm just gonna start a new game, which kind of sucks, because I was actually having some fun with that, even though did kind of shoot myself in the foot most likely by releasing all of my laborers. But, I was having a bit of fun with it. But, oh well, that's fine. We can have some different kind of fun. And this kind of fun is going to involve some serious mods. Now, I've already pre-made a civilization for this because I wanted to actually make sure the mods were going to work like they should. The main mods you need to you need to know about are the Gigastructural Engineering mod. It adds a whole crap ton of different megastructures, gigastructures, and other such things. If you look online, it's the mod that has planet warships, ships that are made from planets. So not bad, not a very fun mod, that can get really ridiculous, which we are going to get ridiculous. Just to let you know, this playthrough is not going to be a very it's not going to be a very balanced mod. I'm just going to make a silly little playthrough and have just the absolute funnest with this. Mostly because I can, and I'm waiting for the newest update that Mind Mogul is going to come out eventually. According to everything that I'm reading, it's going to come out soon. Though, honestly, I don't have anything more than what you probably have. So, what is the main game plan for all of this? Oh, the other mod. Can't forget to shout out the other mod. The other mod just goes along with what our government type is. Machine intelligence. The mod's name is, I think, something along the lines like Machine Empire Expanded or something like that. Basically, it just adds a whole bunch of different um, Machine Empire stuff to it, as well as a few extra origins, I believe. A couple of things it does is add this mineral body species trait and this all-terrain hardening machine trait, and a bunch of civics. One of them being corpse processor. Yeah, whenever I want to have just a lot of stupid, silly fun, this is the type of empire I make. A determined exterminator corpse processor. Basically, a machine empire that just wrecks everybody. And we are going to check our settings to make sure that they are all fine. Excellent, excellent. But there is one thing that I do need to see about, and that needs to be disabled. Sorry, Iron Man, but I really don't feel like having our stuff screwed over. Okay, and I am also turning off the Boal and the Zeroni. Machine empires really, really don't care about Gaia worlds, and the Zeroni, I'm pretty sure that's a psionic thing, and, well, machine empire don't really care. Actually, you know what? I am going to turn the Boal on. Screw it. We'll see what happens there. But pretty much everything is the same from last game. Just the Iron Man is turned off and the Zeroni are now off. But everything else is the exact same. Now let's load into a new game. And it's going to load up kind of the same, but not entirely the same. You'll see once the game actually starts, though it does have to process a lot. You can see from that loading screen, though, that was a new loading screen for those of you who know Stellaris. And that's from the Gigastructure mods. A very, very fun mod, I must say. And we are going to see exactly how ridiculous it can become. Not to a bit of time, but alrighty, here we are. Basically, this is just the origin of ours, galactic doorstep. Basically, we start with a gateway in our home system, and we have a couple of modifiers. Our build speed for gateways is reduced, and we have a build speed of megastructures, an extra 5% for that. And obviously, we're going to be building a lot of megastructures. And yeah, here's where we actually start getting into the Gigastructures mod. Here we can tweak all sorts of settings for it. And yeah, we're going to. We're going to. First and foremost, we're going to come down here to the megastructure stats. These are the various stats for the megastructures. Our megastructure outputs, the AI's megastructure outputs, how much it costs us to make megastructures, how much it costs the AI to make megastructures, how much it costs us to upkeep said megastructures, and how much it costs the AI to upkeep the megastructures. Like I said, we are going to go ham with this. We are not going to have a balanced experience. I am pushing this all the way up to 1000% output. Now, I am going to give the AI a bit of increase too, because, well, make it somewhat fair. But we are going to be fighting basically the whole galaxy, so that's why I'm having the output that high. In exchange, we are going to push our cost to being 200%. Actually, you know what? Let's not be let's not be that generous to the AI. We're going to leave the AI's cost where it is because that's a pretty good one. Our upkeep, though, I am going to drop that thing to only 10%. You can't go lower than that, which is both fine and disappointing, but mostly fine. The AI, I am also going to do the same. I'm just going to drop their upkeep 10%, keep us equal on that footing. Now, over here, we can have achievements, which I really don't care. I don't bother actually going and, doing anything bothering with that. Megastructure scaling, don't really care. Megastructure build cap, unlimited. So basically, how many can you build at the same time? Normally, it's like 3 or even less than that, honestly. You can make it so that you can only build... Okay, yeah. The vanilla behavior is you can only build 1 megastructure at a time. With perks, you can bump it up to 2 or 3. I honestly don't like that. I like it being unlimited. As many as you personally can honestly build. Wrecked warships? Basically, there will be these 4 types of warships that are just ruined, scattered all across the galaxy. And you can basically pump up how many of them you want littering the galaxy. And I'm going to just pump it up to 400. Nah, 200. 200's fine. The core, basically, it cycles through these 4 options of what the core, because yes, you can go to the core of the galaxy, what is going to be in there. It can either be an empty supermassive black hole, it can either have it can randomly be a 50-50 chance of either an unexplored supermassive black hole or the atrium, which the atrium is a where are you? There you are. They are a there we go. Jesus. Oh, nope, nope. Come on. Show me what the atrium is. Yep, there we go. The galactic core will always be occupied by atrium, an ancient and powerful precursor civilization residing on a birch world. Birch worlds are awesome. They are basically, if you know what ring worlds are, it's basically an even strong, an incredibly stronger version of that. The ultimate freaking ring world, basically. Because, yeah, it adds like a whole bunch of different ones. But yeah, it basically 50-50 shot of that. Or 50-50 shot of being an unexplored supermassive black hole or a hyperquasar. The hyperquasar basically can become weaponized, basically allowing you to have a, well, what is essentially a nuke on the entire galaxy, pretty much. And then just the various unique civilizations that can be spawned. You can turn them off, turn them on. EHOFAI, whether or not they can actually use these, I really don't understand this personally, and it really doesn't matter to me. The compound, basically, they are, yes, they are an endgame crisis if any EHOFs are built. Which, yeah, sure, what the heck, why not? And then Fallen Empires. Remember what I said about planet ships? Yeah. Yeah, this is basically, do you want to give the Fallen Empires that overpowered crap? And I am going to say, yes, I do want to give them a little bit of a boost. Now, obviously, you can say no to all of that and have no fun, or you can just leave them on regular, which, you know, they'll have, as it says right there, like 0 to 3 attack moves, and then once they awaken, they'll have 1 to 5 attack moves, and possibly have a behemoth planet craft with them, and they'll, of course, get bonuses equivalent to 10 extra repeatable technologies. I'm going with high, which is way more fun, which just starts them out with 2 to 5 attack moves, and possibly a behemoth planet craft. But upon awakening, that bumps up to from 2 to 8 attack moves, and a guaranteed behemoth planet craft, or an additional one to go along with it. Obviously, with 1,000 output for our megastructures, if these things awaken, if I even let them awaken, they are going to be really not that much of a threat to me. We've already discussed the atrium, and you can basically nerf them a little bit, or you can leave them, you know, you can leave them normally, or you can boost them a little bit, or you can boost them by a lot. Basically, honestly speaking, if I was playing more of a, if I was trying to make this more balanced, I'd make the Fallen AI hell, I'd freaking bring the atrium to their best. I'd even make the blockers, we'll talk about them, to their best. But, nah, we're just having a chill experience. Oh, I almost forgot the Kaiserite. Kaiser and Imperium. Basically, think about them like, think of them like Space Hitler. Think of them like Space Hitler. And they, ordinarily, the default is they have a 40% chance of actually appearing. And it basically turns the galaxy into a game of Hoi 4, where you're basically making secret alliances and building up your shit to try to slowly take him down. And even at the end of it, Space Hitler really doesn't die. He just goes to a different dimension, according to the lore, I think. Of course, it deals with multiple dimensions and time travel kind of shit. Honestly, it's annoying to try to figure out, so I really don't give a shit. Anyways, let us see. You can basically nerf them You can basically nerf them if you want. You can make them even stronger, like incredibly stronger. Or you can just say, yeah, no, they are not going to exist. Period. Period. They just ain't gonna exist. Though, of course, the planets that they, originally exist from will be various forms of deserted and uninhabitable. As you can see, though, reading it, there's 2 to 3, I think. Yeah, 2 to 3 organizations here. The Kaiser, the Katzrism, whatever. The Imperium, the USS, and the Megocracy. Honestly, don't really care. It's going to be a relaxed one. Pretty chill. We're going to be able to handle them even if they do spawn. And now we have the Blockheads, which is a unique end crisis. Well, another unique end crisis that they pretty much put into the game. The Block Cats, ravenous extra-dimensional strip miners and hunters aiming to harvest the entire galaxy, can spawn. They will always spawn away from your capital. Or you can change it to a 50% chance of spawning. Or, yep, that's just it. 50% chance of spawning, or you can say they won't spawn, or they can spawn. Oh. Okay. Right now, they're a 50% chance that they will spawn, but you can make it a guarantee by clicking this button. Okay. So, this is just more, you can basically nerf them, or you can basically turn them into just hell on earth. And then, of course, you can change when exactly they'll actually, pop up. Normally, it's default late endgame. They can spawn 100 years after the endgame date or after the atrium or a crisis has been defeated and the endgame date has passed. Whichever comes first. And then you can just change how they look. Yeah, you can have them be the regular old. You can have them look more like an existing Stellaris thing. You can make them look like the old school when the mod first started, or you can go anime. I'm kind of tempted to go anime, only because, technically speaking, my race looks like freaking Warframes. You know what? Fuck it. We'll go anime. Screw it. We're playing a chill game. This is, of course, these are basically the contributors and the people just shouting out thank yous and all that other jazz. More of that. And now we come to the fun part. These are the vanilla gigastructures that we can build. Dyson spheres, Dyson swarms, interstellar assemblyum, matter decompressor, mega art installations, mega shipyards, ring worlds, science nexus, strategic coordination centers, arc furnaces, sentry arrays, habitats, ring worlds, and then we get into the more fun stuff. Alarian discs, birch worlds, shipyard, big shipyard, Maginal world, or planetary computer. These 5 right here, these 2 don't count because they're disabled for this version, but these 5 right here are new ones. Trust me, there are more new ones, but these are just habitats, basically. You can see it right here. These are the new habitats built. Ring worlds here, they got a bit of a buff. Normally, ring worlds would only be 1 ring. However, you can change that to up to 4 rings. And that is fun. All of the discs are basically a giant pizza in a system. You basically create a giant pizza in a system. As it says, 8 gigantic slices, which can then be turned into basically planets. You basically just guarantee that in whatever system you build this, you're going to have 8 planets, which are pretty big. Birch worlds. These things can only be constructed around supermassive black holes, and they have infinite districts. Let me repeat that. This thing has infinite districts. So, needless to say, this thing is without a doubt the most powerful one. And if the Atrium spawn, yeah, they have that. And they will be strong. Trust me on that one. They will be strong. This is a shipyard where basically you put it around Molten World and it makes ships real fucking fast. Just fast as shit, boy. Imaginal World, this is basically in case you want nobody to ever get past the system. This is if you need to make sure that that damn frickin' Imperium does not come for your fucking capital planet, you use one of these. And of course, this is if you want frickin' a whole crap ton of science and research. You know, science and unity. It does need a rocky world, but it's pretty fun. And of course, normally they're not unlimited. You can't make unlimited of them, but because we're playing the fun version, arcade, everything's unlimited. Normally it's like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, and then 1. And then this is basically depends on your starting whatever. And then, of course, century arrays and habitats are just allowed. You really don't need more than one century array, so that's why you can't exactly build more than one. And now here are the fun new stuff. Asteroid, industrial site, yada 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 yada. All this stuff is basically just fun. We'll get into this stuff if we ever bother to actually do any of this. I don't really care. Uh, in fact, this stuff also I'm not really going to get into because I really don't care to say it right now because we'll probably get to this stuff eventually. Eventually. What I want to get to, once again, more stuff that I really don't care for, save for this Primrose Rose. This one is actually pretty fun. It basically creates energy. It's like a Dyson sphere, only you can put a habitat around it. It's nice. It's fun. The fun stuff really gets started over here. The ships, attack moons, behemoth planet crafts, and stellar system craft. Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing. I really like this. These are fun. And unless you play in the arcade mode, you actually can't even get the stellar system craft, which is really unfortunate. And this stuff is pretty much just once again, if we get to it, we get to it. A lot of the megastructures are just if we get to it, we get to it. It's nice and fun when you're using it in world, especially with these settings. But it's something that's pretty much just we'll get to it when we get to it. So we are going to confirm settings, and now we can finally actually start playing the game. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. And we will zoom out. We are on the right side, left side of the galaxy. Like I said, we'll be able to go into the center eventually, and we'll see whether that atrium's there or not. And holy crap, we got a lot of crap around us. Oh, 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 why you gotta do this to me? By the way, yeah, the Gigastructure uh, mod also adds new planets. One of them being flat worlds. One of them being flat worlds. So there you go, flat earthers. we, we, we found the flat planets. By the way, this is not an Aurelion disk. This is just a freaking flat planet. That's all it is. Oh, okay. Well, I am going to call it here just as a start to this whole thing because I'm pretty sure I just went through a whole crap ton of stuff on this. Don't worry, I am going to immediately record the second part of this where I'm actually playing through the game. It's just, I don't want to make this too long just because, well, I just don't want to. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you guys are ever thinking about playing Stellaris, do so. I mean, there's a lot of DLCs for the game, sure, but you really don't need it to enjoy the game. Even just the base experience is really, really enjoyable and fun. I highly recommend Stellaris. It's a great game, and if you have the extra cash to spend, buy a few of the DLCs. If you want to play this Giga-structural engineering mod, I wish I'm pretty sure you don't need any DLCs. I want to say you don't need any DLCs, but I could be wrong. I have so many of these just because I love this game so much. Anyways, though, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time, and sayonara.